Hey y'all, I want to talk to you a bit about winterizing for the big snowstorms that are coming and the cold air. I've gotten a lot of personal messages from fellow homesteaders and farmers, and some people on our page as well, messaging and commenting. And in Virginia, we're expecting, I think, 2 foot over the next few days. So a lot of people are preparing now, which is smart, but obviously there are things you should be taking precautions for a lot sooner than when you need them. We need to go over some common sense things. When you have farm animals, it's gonna take a little bit more work to take care of them in the wintertime. There's no quick and easy fix to this. You either have to take care of them or they're gonna freeze, because they need some help, but not completely. I mean, you know, we don't use. Let's go over what we don't do. We don't use heat lamps. Heat lamps are dangerous. Your animals are sufficient enough to take care of themselves when given the proper tools. That begins with not having animals that shouldn't live in sub-zero climates. You know, certain chickens are Mediterranean class chickens. They don't belong in Maine or Virginia or Vermont or Canada this time of year. They weren't created for that. So that's one thing. Animals like rabbits, they're pretty hardy in the wintertime, but they need a good stash of straw in their hutch to help keep them warm. You need tarps to help keep the wind away from them. If your rabbits have a good stash of straw and a good strong tarp against their hutches, they're going to be okay. They know how to take care of themselves. Trust me, you don't need a heat lamp, you don't need heating pads, you don't need blankets, you don't need all those extra things. They can take care of themselves. We've been through this several winters, we know. Chickens don't need heat lamps, but they do need a draft-free coop. They need a place they can go to get out of the wind, a roost up off the ground that they can huddle on. If you go in your coop at night, you can push your hand up under a wing and you can see how warm your chickens are if they're huddled together. And they don't need the heat lamp, they don't need the extra stuff that we think they need. So that's some things we do and don't do. Let me show you Esther here. She's got a frozen water bottle. So in the wintertime, I simply didn't have an extra one. So in the wintertime, we switched to Croc. She's the only one who does not have a Croc. Here is Old Blue. Hold on, Blue. Old Blue here, he has Crocs. You might be able to see. Yeah. Hi, Old Blue. Hey, Blue. Go in there. But now let me show you. Now he drank most of his water, but he had some water left over, and it's ice in there. I mean, it's ice. So what we do is we take these, we will dip them down in a bottle or a bucket of water, hot water, hot tap water, and pop that ice out and give him fresh water. And the good thing is that Old Blue can lick the water even when it's frozen, and he's ready. He's ready for more water, and he's ready for food. I'll be back, Old Blue. Hold on. Okay, so there's what we do with the rabbits. You'll notice Old Blue did not have straw. Old Blue is a straw hater. Old Blue does not like straw. He is one of 2 rabbits we have. They don't like straw. They don't deal with straw, so we don't give him straw. But if you notice, Old Blue has this nice thick wooden door that keeps the wind off. He does have this wire door so that the sun can get to him when the sun beats down. If you can see me behind, in the mornings the sun will beat down right here. So we've placed the hutches in an area where they can get sunlight in the wintertime during the day, so they thaw out. But also he has a section that's protected. Now Esther here, Esther is a little bit different. She's got 2 wire doors because the sun is further over this way in the morning. But in the wintertime, we stack this full of straw. She's packed full of straw, and normally she actually will have straw up on this door. Now she doesn't have a lot. She's hungry too. But you can see in there she's got lots of straw. She loves her straw. We'll be back, Esther. Okay. Our chicken coop needs more straw. I'm not even going to show you that, but the chickens are rushing around in it right now. They are pecking and feed and stuff that we've put in there. Help stir that up. They get cracked corn. They get cracked corn before bed, which actually helps keep them warm. It helps digest in their stomachs. They digest the cracked corn at night, keeps them warm, builds up heat. One thing we do, we have a chicken run, but we have had chickens get out before. We have lost chickens due to the cold. I had a poor chicken get out one night and tried to huddle up against our chimney, but he couldn't get warm enough. He was rock solid the next morning. So I have a backup plan. If we ever have a chicken get out or an animal get out, it's not supposed to be out. In the wintertime, we have this little coop right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. And this little coop stays packed full of straw in the wintertime. And so if a chicken gets out, they'll go in and they'll stay warm that night, even by themselves, because this is actually insulated. It has a roof. It's packed full of straw. They can get out, and that's just a backup plan. I know not everybody can have that, but if you can find a dog house, or that's what this was. This was a dog house that we converted to a chicken house. Oops. And now, of course, my chickens lay eggs in there too. But I'll take that over the chickens dying any day, just because it's cold. We're gonna walk up here. This is Missy. Missy is our Flemish giant. Now you can see she's got a tarp. And we pull this tarp up in the morning when it's sunny. Again, listen, it's work. It's work in the wintertime. You have to work for your animals in the wintertime, just like they work for you in the spring and summer. And so we make it as comfortable as best possible as we can. So that requires us coming out, thawing out water bowls, thawing out stuff, lifting the tarps up so they can get sun in the morning. I do still leave this side down for her in case it gets windy. She's got some shade. And again with Luke here, Luke's got a pretty good setup. Now he tends to like straw, but Esther was in there with him earlier this week, and she kind of kicked out a lot of his straw. Luke here has this tarp, both sides, this side, and then if you look in here, he's got a pretty good setup. He's got a pretty strong run there, don't you, buddy? Huh? And he's happy, and he's ready to go. He needs to be cleaned out, and I'm going to show you why. When you have straw, you get poop. So we'll take this. This is only about a week's worth. We'll pull this out, and I'm going to dump it right here on this ground. The chickens will peck through it, and actually it'll fertilize this area, and come spring it'll be all grass. But also I'll scoop it up, and I'll put it on our garden beds up front. So we're still utilizing all that in the spring, summer, winter, fall, all year long. I'll come back and feed you in a second, bud. So, let me shut his cage here. So that's pretty much what we're doing here in the wintertime. Again, you have work that has to be done. We don't use heat lamps. We've never used heat lamps. I take that back. We used it 1 year in our chicken coop, and we regretted it because all the chickens ended up getting more frostbite with it than without it. If you're in -2 degree weather, heat lamp's not going to do much for you. You take the risk of it breaking and catching your entire coop and chickens on fire. Don't use heat lamps in with our rabbits at all. They have enough fur and underlaying fat that they keep themselves warm with the right tools, with straw, with tarps. Again, all your animals, other than cattle and stuff like that, yeah, you've got a little bit different there. But small animals, small backyard farming animals, chickens, rabbits, quail, goats. Goats even need a good wind barrier. So small animals like that. But that's it. That's all we're doing. We're giving them tools to work with, and they flourish with it. They're fine. They're cold in the morning, but otherwise, we do great here, and we've done great here for a few years. But just please understand that it is your responsibility to take care of them, and giving them the right tools, the natural tools, right natural tools. They'll be fine and they'll flourish. And you're going to have to work a little harder, especially when it comes to water. I get it. I understand. But that's your responsibility. That's the responsibility you took on when you decided to do this journey. So you wake up in the morning, you thaw out water bowls, unless you have heated ones, but for your rabbits, they need to be thawed out. Thaw out water bowls. You do it twice a day. You're good to go. Sometimes 3 times a day if it's windy and stuff. Now, when it snows, most of our chickens are going to stay in the coop while it's snowing. After the first day, I'll come out here and I'll shovel a path from the coop all the way up to our house. They like to sit up against the chimney. So I'll do a path like that, and it's work, and you'll do it, and you'll get over it, and you'll do it again when you have to. But keep them happy, and they'll keep you happy. Our hens are starting to lay again this spring, which means spring is kind of on the way. They're laying now at the end of winter. So that's pretty much it. I think here we're just preparing and getting ready. We're already prepared. These guys already had their tarps on. The girls already have fresh straw. We have our backup coop, which I know is not an option for a lot of people, but honestly, I swear, it's really worth it. It's really worth the investment. And you can see there's just a little door. It's insulated. Got a makeshift roof on here, and you know, you just run that risk of them getting out, and it's not worth it. So we recycled the things that we already had here, and it works. And so it saved a lot of them sometimes. I think that's it. I hope you guys fare the storm the way that we're hoping to. And if you have any more questions, shout out, give us a comment, send us a message. Thanks.